operator, mompreneur, I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Hidden Creek Farm here in South Jersey, which is absolutely fantastic little gem. If you've never been here, you need to come check it out. I'm going to give the address.
Yeah, we are 272 Marlborough Road, and it's Bridgeton, New Jersey, 08302, but you could also put in Stowe Creek. It's the township of Stowe Creek, but it doesn't always come up correctly.
What's up, buddy?
What's wrong? I do got the address.
Okay. Yeah, I just get in the car and go because I know this area so well. I'm definitely going to miss that when we move because I don't know where anything is, and I'm going to have to use a GPS for everything, even the grocery store for the foreseeable future. So I discovered you guys on social media, which is one of the blessings of social media because you don't know about things. Like the newspaper around here isn't South Jersey News anymore, so I don't even bother.
It's obituaries.
It is. That's really all it's good for. So tell me a little bit about you and your husband and how you came into doing all of this, because you have this amazing store and you have the farm, you have the animals, farm club. Like, tell me a little bit about how you got into that and how this all came to be.
Yeah, so I grew up around agriculture, specifically on this farm, but it was traditional row cropping. My dad was one of the first people really no-till farming around here, and I kind of just fell into a passion for it because it was something that we could connect on, and at that point in time I was still in high school. I ended up going to West Virginia University, Davis College of Agriculture, and I got a degree in agriculture. Yeah, go Mountaineers, and got a degree in agriculture with a focus on environmental and natural resources management. So I kind of knew that it was something I wanted to do, but I wasn't really sure where. My original track was that I was going to law school, and I wanted to be an environmental lawyer specifically for farmers. I knew there wasn't going to be a whole lot of money in it, but that was what I wanted to do, was land use law. And then I came home. I graduated in 2015, and I met Jesse a month before I came home when I was home for Thanksgiving break, which I had already known him. We went to high school together, but he was a couple years older than me. He was a bit feral back then. So we didn't get together until I graduated from college, basically. And he and his brother already had a beef farm in Pole Tavern, so not far from here. And we lived there on the farm. His brother and his wife lived on the farm. And
is it just up past the circle?
Yeah, right there.
It's probably my aunt and uncle used to live on a dairy farm just up there.
Yeah, they bought it in 2012, I believe, is the year that they bought that farm. And like I said, they were raising beef cattle and selling some to market, but their long-term goal was selling it by the quarter, by the half, large shares, and they were slinging beef out of the garage. And his wife and I helped where we could, but we both had jobs off the farm also. So in 2019, him and his brother were going separate ways regardless in the business. But we had the opportunity to buy my family's farm, which is right here where our store is. And so in 2019, we got married, we bought our farm, and we had a baby.
Wow.
In that order. We settled on this property the week we got home from our honeymoon.
Wow.
So 2019 was a crazy year, for sure.
And right before the pandemic.
And right before the pandemic. Yeah, I had Mitchell in October and the world shut down in March. And what better time to get into a new business venture?
I had Isaiah in November, and then the world shut down. But we had no idea that we were so close to such a life-changing. I will say the pandemic, I think, pushed a lot of us into more sustainable living.
Yeah.
Thinking about where our food is coming from. I was already in that space, but until I was able to leave the workforce, it was hard for me. With everything I had on my plate with my oldest, it was hard for me to grow my own food. But the pandemic convinced Nick that
a lot of time at home.
Yes, it
That was everybody. Everybody had chickens. I feel like during
But
the pandemic.
he was like, no, 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 until the pandemic hit. Literally, like, everything shut down in March. In April, we got our first chickens. Because he's like, you know, what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
You're on something.
Yeah. But we've made no bones on our channel about the fact that there is a significant age difference between Nick and myself. Nick's 30, so he's got to be right around you guys' age.
Yeah.
For me, being kind of sort of a generation ahead, it's exciting for me to see young people pursuing this kind of endeavor and really trying to heal the earth while at the same time producing a lot of food and feeding the community. That's terribly exciting for me. I just think it's great, and it really, I say this all the time because I meet in the homesteading realm, I meet a lot of younger people. There's definitely people my age and older, the older people that are blazing the trails and saying, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this. We can help you. You can form community. But it's so exciting because it's not just my generation.
No, it's really not. And Jesse and I talk about this a lot because don't get me wrong, we have customers that are older that come and shop with us. But our customer, like if I could explain them in a few words, generally they're between the ages of 25 and 45. That's really like our target market. And like I said, we have people that don't fit into that bubble, but it's a very niche world that we're living in. And I say all the time, I think our generation really strongly believes in doing things better.
Yes.
And I remember when we first got started, his dad being like, how are you going to sell 200 chickens? And how are you going to sell 8 pigs? Like, they could not wrap their brains around how we were possibly going to do that. And we sold out within like a day.
Oh, yes.
And they, I think they're still a little like flabbergasted by the whole thing. Like I don't think they really understand. Yeah. But we tell them all the time, we're like, you old people are not who shop with us.
No. Mom life, we have lots of littles running around having fun together. But so my next question is just kind of for fun, and I know the answer and it's adorable. What is your favorite farm animal?
My favorite animal is cows. Don't get me wrong, I like the chickens and the pigs too, but the cows are here for a long time, especially the mamas, the cows themselves, and I don't know. It's so peaceful being out in the field with them.
And that I can imagine. Yes, because cows are like a dream. Like I don't think we have enough room with what we have cleared to do cows, but we're going to find some flat land. And what's up?
We're watching you. Listen, we
right
can
out the
see you.
windows.
Okay, Mommy will be out when we're done, okay? I'll be out when we're all done. Go play.
I'm gonna keep it short, I promise. So I love this setup, and this is kind of what I had in mind. We're just gonna have to find flat land where we can.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, because we want to rotationally graze them. We want to have enough room that we can do that. They're healthier that way. They're just healthier. All of your animals, when they can be on fresh grass, every couple days or whatever, they're definitely healthier. And the chickens love to go behind. And I have a couple chickens now that will not stay in their designated area. They go out and
not when
pick
they know
rabbit
something is better. Yeah.
because we have meat rabbits.
Okay.
And they go through and they pick
Through the door.
but the grass that comes in afterwards is incredible.
Yep.
All right, so since we both are doing this with littles, you're doing it on a much larger scale, and I'm like, do you have tips? What's tips?
Do I have tips? Get used to not sleeping. Get used to not sleeping and do as much with them young as you possibly can because they get so used to it that they don't know any different. Like this Ergo baby has been my lifesaver with all 3 children. They all 3 have been in it from the time that they were born, out doing chores in the morning, especially when it's poultry season. Like it's very hands-on. We're out in the field at least 4 to 5 times a day with them. So the kids just get used to it.
It's hard on your back to try to carry them and juggle them.
Yeah, carrying 5-gallon buckets of water with a child in the Ergo baby is not always the easiest. I'll throw her in her car seat sometimes and she can be in the Kubota that way. The boys obviously, not that they're helpful at this point, but they think they are, which counts for something. And they like to go and, do the chores, whether it's with me, my husband, or our farmhand even. Sometimes they get shipped off with him.
I think it's important just to make them feel like they have a valuable contribution.
Yeah.
Isaiah loves to collect the eggs, but he's still at an age where
Breaking some.
he's learning. Since we've been baking and cooking together, and he's learning how to use them, he's realizing that's food, and I don't want to waste it because
Yeah.
I don't eat it.
Yeah, I want mom to make cookies.
Yes.
Mitchell's really good at, we have a water tank that sits in the back of our Kubota. That is what we use to fill the buckets to then,
That's smart.
feed the water system that we have. And Mitchell works the lever on it for us. So everything, I will say, takes about 20 minutes longer than it should when you have your kids with you, but it's not, it's not impossible.
Well, and I think too, part of this lifestyle is wanting.
Thank you so much.
Part of this lifestyle is wanting to be present, and so it's 20 minutes, but to them, they got to feel valuable and they got to feel honored in their role, and that's important. And it's hard because it is frustrating. But sometimes you just
It
want
can
to
be.
do it.
It can be,
at times.
especially getting out of the house in the morning. That's our biggest struggle.
Well, I
Especially,
was half an hour late.
especially when we have chickens. Like this time of year is kind of our rest. We slow down a lot. But when it's poultry season, when the sun comes up, they really need water. The feed they can go without for a little while because they are on pasture, but they drink so much water.
All right, so last question, since we're hoping to do a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
Sweet girl. Yeah, I feel ya.
She's
Mornings
like,
are
this
tough."
thing sucks, huh?
So any tips for moving from doing things just for your own family to expanding that into kind of what you're doing here?
Yeah, I think, a lot of times people want to do it for their own families, which is great. It teaches you a lot. Obviously, you get the ball rolling, but a lot of people think that it's going to be more economical, and it's not. It's really not. Anyone who has chickens in their backyard will tell you that no matter how expensive they are at the grocery store, they're still probably cheaper. Because there's just so many inputs that go into it. So my recommendation to anyone who's trying to start a homestead and, supply their own freezers is really to do it on a scale that you can fill your own freezer. You can reach that goal that you have for your own family. But maybe if you do 25 extra a year or 50 extra a year of chickens, whatever the animal is that you're raising, if you can scale it in a way that's small enough that it's not going to break the bank, but big enough that you can sell to a few neighbors.
Pay your feed bill.
And pay your feed bill because feed is very, very high this
And
year.
it's only getting
And it's
worse.
only going to get worse. The drought's killed us this year. I know our feed is through the roof every month. And we do a lot of it ourselves. The only feed that we don't do ourselves is our chicken feed. So it's pricey. It's definitely pricey. And if you can subsidize that amount to reach your own goals, I think that is a great way to get started.
Yes.
Whether it's a garden, whether it's chickens, to just do a little bit extra that you can sell on the side.
Awesome. All right, well, oh wait, I did have one more question.
What's that?
Big plans for 2023.
I hope not. I really hope not. We're trying to take 2023 slowly, if we can. That's the goal. We've grown so much over the last 3 years, and we're finally seeing a real profit, one that can sustain our farm.
That's important.
Yeah, that's important, and that is our goal. So we are trying to take it slow. Our biggest goal is, more cows bred, more livestock here on the farm, but to kind of keep our numbers pretty steady. That's our goal for 2023.
That is a very honorable goal because you have to feed your family, you have to pay your food bills, and
Yeah, people want to get paid.
yes, people definitely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time, and if I can help get word out about what you're doing,
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it. And I know that we love the stuff that we've done from here.
We appreciate it.
But real quick, drop like your socials.
Yes, so you can follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. It's Hidden Creek Farm, New Jersey, but it's just NJ.
Yes.
So Hidden Creek Farm, NJ.
And her reels are wonderful. They're so funny.
I try.
Yes, she does a great job.
I do really good impressions of my husband. So if you just are in for a laugh, you can find us on there. And then our farm store is open 5 days a week here in South Jersey, and we have an online store as well. So we ship to every state except for Alaska and Hawaii.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and just come check them out. They are definitely one of the things you're going to miss about South Jersey. Bye.